What is going on, Pokemon fans? Welcome back to Paul's Wrath. My name is JD, and today we're doing a very fun video. It's another rendition of What If Wednesday. Take a Pokemon, modify it somehow, play through Pokemon Blue, see how much better it can be, just for fun. Today we're going to play through with Raichu. A couple weeks ago, we played through as Raichu in Generation 1. Not a great playthrough because we had a rough time getting by Brock, and this is why we're doing this What If. The moveset for this Pokemon is Thundershock, Growl, and Thunder Wave. Not a great moveset if you're trying to beat Brock. Brock is a rock type, so he's resistant to most of those moves. So we had to use a move called Struggle. Basically, when you deplete all your power points, you get a move called Struggle. It's 50 base power move, but it does recoil, and Brock still resisted that because it is normal type. So it was a very challenging playthrough to say the least. Took us about 25 minutes to get by Brock in the first playthrough. The second playthrough took about 20 minutes. Now, here's the thing. Generation 2 Raichu has a much better moveset. It starts the game off with Thundershock, Tail Whip, Quick Attack, and Thunderbolt. Not the greatest moveset, but when it comes to getting by Brock, it is a much more encouraging moveset because it has Tail Whip, which will lower Brock's defense, and then Quick Attack can actually hit Brock without us having to deplete all of our power points. If we had to deplete power points with this moveset, you're looking at 105 power points. That's a lot. It takes a long time, which is why the first playthrough took forever. We had to deplete all of our power points just to use Struggle. And we had to do that twice because we had to do that to beat the Million Light Years trainer, and we had to do that to beat Brock. What we can do in this playthrough is that we can just use Tail Whip and get to a decent level. Quick Attack should be just enough to get by Brock. That's the goal, that's the plan. Let's go ahead and dive into the actual playthrough. We named our Pokemon Raiden. We didn't change it, it's the same save file. I just modified the beginning so that we had the starting moveset of Thundershock, Quick Attack, Leer, and Thunderbolt. Now, Thunderbolt is an amazing move to start the game with. It's so powerful. Even against a grass type at level 5, we're still free-shotting, so it doesn't matter. Beat our rival, pretty easy win. His name is Like and Sub. You should go ahead and like and sub. And that leads us right into our second battle against Like and Sub. We're going to go ahead and face him. He's got a Pidgey. That Pidgey's a couple levels higher than us, so will outspeed us. However, Thunderbolt will one-shot. The only downside is we got Sand Attack here, so the rest of this battle is kind of drawn out a little bit more than it has to be. Quick Attack is actually not bad here, but as soon as he goes for Growl, it's inoperable. So Thunderbolt is the better of the two moves to use. We just got to make sure we just don't keep missing. Sand Attack does do that to us, but we get the win over our rival level 7 and go right onto the Bug Force, where everything here is pretty much a one-shot as long as we're using Thunderbolt. Thundershock will maybe be a two-shot. It just depends on the range. And we are in the medium fast growth rate. That's pretty good. And our critical hit rate is 19.53. So basically we'll pretty much critical hit 1 out of every 5 turns. We just critical hit right there, so that's good timing. And we get a 2-shot on the Kakuna, very good. And then Weedle, we probably should have stuck with Thunderbolt, honestly. We could have just swept this whole area and used Thunderbolt, but not a big deal. So we beat the second bug catcher, and we got the third bug catcher, and we can move on to Brock's gym. Weedle comes out, Thunderbolt, just use Thunderbolt. I mean, we're going to have to go heal anyway before we take on Brock. So then we get the win, and we're going to move right on to the Million Light Years trainer. And the Million Light Years trainer, the first Pokemon is Diglett. Diglett will go down to 2 quick attacks. Don't know if a critical hit helped there or not. Sandshrew, we're going to soften up a little bit with a little bit of Leer. The only downside to this Pokemon is its stupid Sand Attack. I hate that move with a burning freaking passion. Quick Attack will be a 3-shot with this. We just got to hit one more time. Very good. Getting a win, kind of a close win, a little more close than I had to be. So we go get to level 13, get over a damage round, and then come back and face Brock. Brock will lead out with a Geodude. Now, Geodude does not make sense to use any Leers with Geodude. Just go straight for Quick Attack. You get a critical hit, it does a decent amount of damage, and he kind of capitulates here because he goes for Defense Curl, and Defense Curl is actually not doing great. It just lowers how much damage we can do. What would be a more ideal moveset with this battle is instead of having Thundershock to have Growl. But we will outpace. He does do about 5 damage every time he hits us, but he just keeps spamming Defense Curl. I don't know why after 6 Defense Curls it's kind of pointless. And then Onyx is kind of smart because he's going for Bide. We're going for Leer, so it is soften him up a little bit. But we want to counter Bide. We do outspeed, which is good. So every time he goes for Bide, we're going to go for Leer. And that'll lower his defense. It's already -6. Can't go any lower than that. But when he goes for Bide, we don't want to attack into it because it'll deal back all that damage double. Quick Attack is doing a lot of damage now. And we get a pretty convincing, pretty easy win over Brock. Wakanda forever. And that leads us right into Mount Moon. Now, Mount Moon, there's not a lot of things in here we can do. We pick up a rare candy, and right now we're about to grab an Ether, and then we're also going to grab another move that's going to be an upgrade over Leer. We probably could have kept Leer and just got rid of Quick Attack, but it doesn't really matter. It is double the output of Quick Attack. Mega Punch is 80 base power move, 85% accurate. That's the one downside to it. We knock out the Grimer in one hit. Voltorb will not go down in one hit. It is electric type. It's got neutral damage. And then Coughing knocked out in one go. We grabbed the Dome Fossil. All hail the Dome Fossil. I know if I didn't tell you, you're going to ask. Actually, now I think we go ahead and ask. Comments great for YouTube algorithm. Shout out to my drive right now. If you've ever wondered, we hear this a lot, not so much in my videos, but I've heard this in like Scott's Thoughts videos. Even JRose11 mentions it. Maybe even my driver has mentioned it a couple times. But people always say, oh, why don't you just go beat Lieutenant Surge and get Thunderbolt and come back and face Misty? Well, you can't do that because you got to beat Misty to use Cut, and you need Cut to get the Lieutenant Surge. But if you ever wanted to know how good Thunderbolt is in this battle, you're about to find out. Because since we started the game with this move, it's just going to showcase how powerful this move is. And I'm really surprised Thunderbolt was not a one-shot there, but we do get a two-shot on Starmie. Pretty convincing, pretty easy win over Misty. And that leads us right into a third rival battle on Nugget Bridge. And he's going to come out with a Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto will go down to one Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt really makes Pidgeotto completely obsolete. Or Pidgeot, I should say, either one. Thunderbolt on the Abra, Thunderbolt on the Rattata. Thunderbolt will probably two-shot the Bulbasaur. But Mega Punch will get it done. Mega Punch and Quick Attack, a combination of the two will get it done. And that leads us right into this battle. This battle is not important. Thunderbolt is going to one-shot both of these Pokemon without any contest. We do get Quick Attack. That's kind of annoying. But the reason why we're fighting this battle is just because it's a means to an end. Is we need to grab this, which is TM19. That is Seismic Toss, which makes it so we can actually get by Boomer the Hiker. And that leads us right into the SSN. And we're going to get one more move upgrade real quick before we go ahead and face our next rival battle. The fourth rival battle. And we're going to Thunderbolt the Nidoran, Male, and we're going to grab Body Slam. Body Slam will replace Quick Attack. And so now our moveset is Thunderbolt, Body Slam, Mega Punch, and Seismic Toss. And now we're going to face our fourth rival battle. Thunderbolt will one-shot the Pidgeotto. Very good. Raticate comes out. We're going to one-shot the Raticate. He's going to get a Quick Attack off. That's annoying. But now we're going to use Body Slam on Kadabra. It's got a very high special, so it does not make sense using Thunderbolt on him. And then Body Slam on the Ivysaur. Get the knockout, get the win. And we do grab a rare candy on here, but I don't showcase that. And now we're going to move right into Lieutenant Surge's gym, which we usually would do this and get Thunderbolt, but we don't need to. We just have to do it just to progress the game. Body Slam on the Voltorb. Not a one-shot. That's a very surprise to me. Very big surprise. And then we're down to 30 HP, and I'm not very happy about that because all he has to do is crit, and we could get knocked out. Luckily, he doesn't. We get the win over Lieutenant Surge. And we're going to move right into our next battle, which is in the Rock Tunnel against Boomer the Hiker. Now, Boomer the Hiker gets very close in this battle. A lot closer than I would like it to be. Maybe I should have stopped and healed. I don't know. But Seismic Toss is a two-shot, but we get self-destructed. So we're down to 10 HP. If any one of these Pokemon actually hits a move, we could lose this battle. If he actually hits a real move. We could have crit right there and beat us, but we do beat Boomer the Hiker, move on to Celadon City. In Celadon City, we're going to take on the Rocket Game Corner. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to top left corner to the time. 20 minutes and 32 seconds. We are in Celadon City, about to take on Giovanni, and we're at 20 minutes. This is what our time was, what we got by Brock in the second playthrough. Just keep that in mind, that how fast we were pacing compared to the original playthrough we had. That's how much better this early game moveset has helped us. Onyx goes down to 2 Seismic Tosses, very good. Rhyhorn's going to be a 3-shot with Seismic Toss, very good. Get the knockout. Kangaskhan comes out, and we go for Seismic Toss on accident. Thunderbolt finishes him off. Get a pretty easy win over Giovanni. He's going to pull his I'm Batman and disappear. And now we're going to grab a Silph Scope. I laid an egg. And now we're going to go right into our 5th rival battle in Pokemon Tower. He comes out with a Pidgeotto. One shot on the Pidgeotto. Gyarados comes out, has Hydro Pump somehow at level 23. I don't know how. He's a cheater. Thunderbolt on the Growlithe. Body Slam on the Kadabra. And Body Slam on the Ivysaur. It's a 2-shot. Vine Whip does nothing to us. Get the knockout. Get the win over our rival. And move right into the next part of the game, which is in Silphco. Now, 26 minutes. This means we're just like a minute behind how we got by Brock in the first playthrough. Now, I would have rerouted this a little bit differently. So it's a little bit tough with this battle right here. So one shot the Pidgeot. One shot the Gyarados. One shot the Growlithe. Very good. Critical hit. Don't know if it mattered or not. Mega Punch is not one-shotting. And we get our Thunderbolt that gets disabled. Now, we don't have a great way to get by Venusaur here. Body Slam is not doing that much damage. Now, again, like I said, if I did this again, I would have rerouted. I would have not gone in this order. I'd actually done something else. Because we are coming into this battle. Here's the thing. I'm going to pause real quick. So, in this battle in the original playthrough, we were at level 40. So, this battle was pretty obsolete. Our stats were higher. Tackle or Body Slam was much more effective because it had higher stats. And he was doing less damage to us. So, a lot of those things kind of counteract and kind of work together, work in unison. Where in this case, we are lower level at level 35. So, this battle is a little bit more of a luck draw. And yeah, we would have rerouted this. I should have gone and faced Erica, maybe gone and faced Koga. Would have made us a little bit faster, and then circled back and done this later. It's okay. I mean, this is the first time change the moves and go play through and see what happens. Because we didn't have to over level early, we're at a low level going into this battle. So we lose this battle twice. Are we going to use this battle thrice? I don't know. We'll find out. Thunderbolt on the Pidgeot, very good. Thunderbolt on the Gyarados, very good. Growlithe comes out. We do not. We do one-shot the Growlithe, very good. Thunderbolt, not a one-shot on the Alakazam. We do get a two-shot. We got a lot more health this time. That's going to help us, but a critical hit does not help us at all. And are we going to get a knockout? We're not. He gets paralyzed. The paralysis really helped us there. That's the only reason we won this battle. It's because the paralysis helped us. So now we're going to move right into our next battle, which is against Giovanni. Giovanni number 2, Giovanni, comes out with a Nidorino. We're going to go for Thunderbolt on the Nidorino. Not a one-shot, but we get a two-shot knockout nonetheless. Kangaskhan comes out. Like I said, lower level. We were in the 40s when we faced this battle in the original playthrough. So these battles are looking a lot more convoluted, where you're going to have to use Seismitoss to get by Rhyhorn. And that leaves us in a Nidoqueen. We don't have a lot of health for Nidoqueen. We get poisoned, and we get our third reset right here in this battle. So we're going to face this battle one more time. We've wasted a lot of time. There's about 3 minutes that we've wasted losing these battles, where if we just rerouted and came back, we could have saved that. So keep that in mind when it comes to the end of the game moveset, that we wasted about 3 to 4 minutes just trying to get by these two trainers, trying to get by our 6 rival battle in Silphco and Giovanni number 2. So we come into the Nidoqueen with a lot more health than we did the last time. So this is good, and that means we can outpace. We can knock out Giovanni's Pokemon. He pulls another I'm Batman and leaves. And now we're going to move right into our battle against Sabrina and her whip. Now, the good news is in this battle, we actually don't outspeed the Alakazam, so that's not good news. We're going to one-shot the Kadabra. We're going to one-shot the... Nope, we're going to one-shot the... We're going to two-shot the Mr. Mime. Very good. Venomoth comes out. We're going to hit a two-shot here. We have 90 hit points. Nope, we actually missed an attack for some reason. We got confused. That's what it was. And now we're going to face Alakazam. Alakazam comes in. Thunderbolt's not going to be a one-shot. He was recovering. And we get the knockout. We get a very lucky win. If he just went for attacking moves, we'd have lost there. And now we're going to face Erica. Now this is where I would have rerouted. I would have rerouted and faced Erica earlier, and then gone and faced Koga, and then made the battle against our 6th rival and Sabrina a lot more manageable. But we're going to go for a two-shot on the Tangela. Very good. And then Body Slam is a two-shot on the Vileplume. Very good. Get a pretty easy win over Erica. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. And that leads us right into Koga. We're at level 41 going into Koga, which I think it's about close to where it was in the original playthrough. Thunderbolt's a one-shot on the Coughing. Very good. Muck comes out. Is Muck a one-shot? Nope, it is not. Sludge does a decent amount of damage. Coughing number 2 will be a one-shot. Is Wheezing a one-shot? It is not. It does not go for self-destruct, which is good. For us, we get the win over Koga. He's kind of a cakewalk sometimes. Sometimes it can be tough, but in this case, he was pretty much a cakewalk. And it was just right into our next battle against Blaine, the penultimate gym leader. And we're going to go ahead and hit Mimic. We're going to Mimic Agility. That's going to make Body Slam significantly more powerful because we are modifying our attack stats. Every time we modify our speed, we get 12.5 boost to a bunch of other stats, but mainly our attack stats, what we're concerned about with this. Body Slam's a one-shot on the Growlithe and the Ponyta. Rapidash is a 2-hit. And we're going to get it looks like we're going to be about a 3-hit or a 4-hit on the Arcanine. Yep, about a 4-hit. Get the win, get the knockout over Blaine, and leads us right into our final gym leader, which is Giovanni number 3, Giovanni, and he leads out with a Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn will go down to multiple Seismitosses. Looks like it's going to be about 3. Yep, looks like 3. Exactly, very good. Doug Trio comes out. We're going to Mimic Dig off the Doug Trio. He goes for Dig. We go for Dig, and now we knock it out. Very good. Nidoqueen comes out. Don't have a great move. It's why we Mimic Dig. Dig is a 2-shot. We can go ahead and go for Body Slam, finish it off. And then Nidoking comes out. We're going to go for Dig on the Nidoking. It's a one-shot. It's a critical hit. Definitely mattered in that. I don't think we would have done it without the critical hit. He keeps going for Fissure. He does not outspeed us. I don't know why he keeps going for Fissure. That move only works if you outspeed. So we get the win over Giovanni. And we're going to lead right into our final rival battle before we go into the Elite Four. And here comes this battle. The first Pokemon is a Pidgeot, and we're going to go ahead and go for Mimic on the Pidgeot. Mimic Agility 1, Agility number 2, and Agility 3, and that'll get us fully set up, even though he hits with Quick Attack. Actually, we didn't get fully set up. We missed an Agility, I guess. We only got plus 4 on the Agility. That's kind of concerning. I don't know why we didn't go all the way. Thunderbolt on the Gyarados, knock it out, very good. Growlithe comes out. It's probably why we didn't win this battle. I think we get a reset right here. Body Slam on the Alakazam. Yep, we might have missed the range there. And we have 67 hit points going into the Venusaur. He does get paralyzed. We get poisoned. Razor Leaf knocks us out. Critical hit every time. So that's why we didn't win. We didn't get fully set up. So we're going to do this again. And instead of getting the +4, hope we can get the +6. And that'll give us the edge we need in this battle. Okay, so now our attack stat's over 200, so that's definitely going to help us. And our special's over 200. So Seismic Toss, our stat modification has 0 impact on Seismic Toss at all, so not a big deal. He did modify our stats some more by hitting us with a Leer, so Gyarados goes down to 1 Thunderbolt. Growlithe goes down to 1 Thunderbolt. Alakazam, is it a one-shot? It is a one-shot, so that was the range we needed. We leveled up, so we lost all of our badge boosts. However, we have so much more health going into the Venusaur, it doesn't matter. We get the win over our rival. And head into the Elite Four, where we're going to go ahead and face our first trainer, which is Lorelei. Look at the time. We're at 42 minutes and 30 seconds, and we're heading into Lorelei. Much big improvement of time. Let's see if we can get through the Elite Four in a timely manner. Dugong goes down to 1 Thunderbolt, so does Cloyster. Slowbro goes down to 1 Thunderbolt as well, very good. Jinx comes out, we're going to go for Hyper Beam on the Jinx, knock it out, very good. And is Lapras a one-shot? It is not, however, we do survive a Hydro Pump. It could have been bad, he could have gone for Blizzard or Confused Ray and really mucked up the battle a little bit. But we get the win nonetheless and move right on to our next battle against Bruno. Bruno, we don't talk about him very much. He's pretty much a lost hiker that wandered into the Elite Four, and they accept him as one of their own. Onix comes out, we're going to go for Seismic Toss on the Onix. It's going to be a 2-shot. Very good. I would usually just mimic a move off of Hitmonchan, but we don't need to do that right now. We have Seismic Toss, and the first Onix was handled pretty well by Seismic Toss, so I would imagine the second Onix will be handled pretty well by Seismic Toss. It's a 2-shot again. Knock it out, very good. And then the last Pokemon, Machamp. Usually not a one-shot with Machamp. He's a little bit bulky. He tanks it pretty well. But we get a pretty easy win over Bruno, leading us into Agatha. Agatha has her lottery, and she's going to come out with a Gengar. Now the goal here is we just want to go straight for Thunderbolt and just go for broke. Now we do get confused, so this battle becomes a lot more convoluted. And it going for Dream Eater whenever it doesn't even have us asleep is amazing. It's just really tactically amazing, Agatha. Your years of wisdom really do pay off in this battle. Thunderbolt on the Arbok, it is a 2-shot. We go back to the Haunter, it's a 2-shot as well. And now Gengar, unless we screw up and hit the wrong buttons here, we get a pretty easy win over Agatha. The little bit of a hiccup in the beginning, but eventually we got the win. And now we're leading right into our next battle against Lance, the Dragon Master. Lance will lead out with a Gyarados. Gyarados will go down to 1 Thunderbolt, no problem at all. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. And now we're going to go ahead and set up on Dragon. We're going to mimic Agility. And we're going to go for Agility number 1, Agility number 2, Agility number... Oh, one more Agility. Get fully set up. And we're going to rest. We're going to heal. We got the kind of like low health, what would be red health, what they would call. Hyper Beam's a 1-shot. We miss a Hyper Beam, we take a Slam. Hyper Beam's a 1-shot as well on the second Dragonair. Going for Broke, Thunderbolt on the Aerodactyl. And we're going to go for Hyper Beam on the Dragonite. If it had hit us with a Hyper Beam, it probably would have knocked us out. But we do get the win over Lance and leads right into our next battle. And I think we get a fault here because we mimicked the wrong move. We mimic on the wrong Pokemon, something like that happens. Nope, actually that's a different playthrough. That's actually the Victory Bell playthrough. 1-shot on the Pidgeot, and we're going to go ahead and mimic a move. We're going to mimic Psychic off of Alakazam, very good. We do have rest, so we have the means to recover our health if we so see fit. Rhydon comes out. We're going to go for Psychic on the Rhydon. I guess we're not going to recover our health. Nope, we're going to go for Broke. We got Tail Whip 1 time. Should be enough. Honestly, it should be enough for us to get through this battle. Knock out the Gyarados. Arcanine comes out. It's a Hyper Beam, a 1-shot. Very good critical hit. Don't know if that mattered or not. And then now we have Psychic on the Venusaur. It'll be a 2-shot. And we will knock it out, get the win over our rival. And we have a time locked in at 46 minutes and 34 seconds. Very good time. And when we compare that to our previous playthrough, our last playthrough we did, we have a time where we have increased this Pokemon by 12 minutes. You'd think, we got by Brock at 6 minutes and 30 seconds, and then old playthrough, we beat Brock about 20 minutes. You think it'd be exactly that much. Well, the problem with that is in the original playthrough, once you beat Brock, you're at level 20, and so you're over leveled. So you're higher level when it comes to later battles, so your ranges are definitely changed. That is a factor when it comes to these playthroughs. However, I'm very happy with this result. It definitely showcased that this is a better Pokemon with its Generation 2 moveset than its Generation 1 moveset. I think we all knew that. We just didn't know how good it would be. Now, when we look at our tier list, here's something I mentioned in the video where I talked about the recap of the Electric type challenge. Where would this land in our tier list? 46 minutes in just like some seconds, it would land Raichu right in the A tier. right in front of Jolteon. It would be the fastest A-tier Pokemon at this moment. Jolteon beat the game at 48 minutes 55 seconds. It would be 2 minutes faster. So it would be, with that moveset, it would be the second fastest Generation 1 Electric type in the game. Now, I didn't talk too much about this in the Electric type challenge. I'll go and address this. Electric type's pretty solid. For the most part, Electric type's pretty solid in Generation 1. It doesn't wow you, doesn't blow you away. Like, a couple of them actually pretty much do. It's just their beginning of the game challenge that they have really does make it bad. Like, when I did Electabuzz, when it had a different moveset to start the game, it was up there with like Poliwrath and Charizard. It definitely has, the Electric type definitely has more capacity. It's just the way they're designed and the way their movesets are skewed and designed in Generation 1 is just doesn't have a great start, and it definitely showcases that a lot of these Pokemon struggle to get by Brock and then just obliterate the game. That is my video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. What if scenario do you think I should do next? I'm contemplating doing some other what ifs, like with Magneton. Not Magneton, I'm sorry, Electrode, see if it could be any better. If it just have an electric move, does it make it better? Or was Game Freak correct, and no matter what they did, is it going to suck? I mean, that's just something I'm just curious to know. But let me know what you think. I think a Gen 3 moveset with Jolteon wouldn't be a bad idea, because Gen 3 Jolteon actually gets Dig, and I'm curious to see how much more powerful Jolteon can be if it had Dig. That'd be an amazing play. I think Gen 3 Raichu can actually use Dig as well. I may want to double check that. Actually, I'll do that while we're talking here. I just looked it up, and Raichu and Jolteon can both learn Dig in Generation 3. Now, there is some challenges with Jolteon, because Jolteon's Generation 1 moveset starts off pretty solid. You get Sand Attack, you get Quick Attack, you get Thunder Shock, and you get Growl. But in Generation 3, you only start off with Tackle, Tail Whip, and Helping Hand. I don't even know what Helping Hand is. Sand Attack at level 8, Thunder Shock at level 16, and Quick Attack level 23. So there would be some different challenges, but yeah, you do get access to Dig. Generation 3 Raichu would be insane, because it's the same starting moveset as Generation 2, but now you get access to Dig. So that's very interesting. I didn't know that. That might be something to do in the future. I'm not going to do it anytime soon, but that might be a future what if, maybe see what we can do to make Jolteon better, so on and so forth. That's my video. I do appreciate everyone watching. There's a video coming out on Friday. It's a video of a playthrough with Victory Bell in Generation 1. We are starting the Grass type challenge. If you haven't, there's a prediction video I posted a week ago. Recommend you go check it out. I'm pretty confident and steadfast in what I think that order is going to be, and I will put money on it and the order in which it's going to land. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below about this Pokemon. Let me know if you think of any other what if scenarios out there that I could try, like a Generation whatever moveset with this Pokemon. I can't backport moves, but some Pokemon can use moves in Generation 2 they weren't able to use in Generation 1, or they have a better starting moveset, just like Raichu. So let me know what you think. Have a good one. I'll see you guys on Friday.